Hello, it's me, Anime Week or Week Anime, and I welcome you to the second part of What If Asta Had Fire Magic? Now, background noise you might hear because I'm walking to my recording studio once again. Definitely not a studio, but it's my recording place, so I'm walking to it. Okay, so if you hear any background noise, wind, uh, anything, really, I'm very sorry. Um, but once I get there, it will calm down. In this episode, we might be going over two arcs. It really depends on what time I end the first arc in. So it truly depends on what time. If it takes like 30 minutes, if this first arc we're doing today uh, takes 30 minutes to do, which it honestly might, especially if I do go off on my rants, which I am known to do. Uh, then this episode might only have one arc in it, and then the next week will be the second arc we were gonna do in this episode, but then we won't. If you don't know what arc I am talking about, it is the dungeon exploration arc, uh, where we'll explain it, uh, here in a couple seconds. But first, uh, if you haven't already, subscribe. It really helps out. I know a lot of YouTubers say that, but it truly does. Um, it really does help. Also, I have two other what ifs going on uh, at the same current time. What I mean is Wednesday and Friday, there are also two other what ifs that are going on. On Wednesday, it is what if Deku was Sasuke Kojiro's reincarnation. If you don't know, Sasuke Kojiro is a real life person that lived in, uh, I forget what period of Japan. He was a samurai, but also he's a character in Record of Ragnarok and many other animes. I think he is. But yeah, and Friday there is what if Naruto? I thought said Daruto. I don't. But it's what if Naruto was, or no, what if Naruto had Storm release? So yeah, if those sound interesting to you, please go check them out. They're both great stories. The first part is already out, and not Friday and Friday, no. Wednesday and Friday will be the second parts to each respective story. And well, uh, I'm on Instagram if you want to go. If you have an Instagram, please follow. I know I don't post on there a lot, but I have it. I post on there sometimes, and that's really it. So, well, let's get into it. At the very moment in time when Asta and the rest of the Black Bulls, minus Yami, but no, Yami's there too. Yeah. But the Black Bulls would be getting a letter very soon. From Marks from the capital of the Clover Kingdom. Uh, but yeah, they would get a message about a dungeon, and them specifically asking for Asta. And well, Yami got to choose the other two participants in the dungeon exploration, being Luck and Noel. I believe that's how that works. I think so. But yeah. But like I said, they would go there, well, with the help of Fenrir, with the portal, getting them as close as possible to it, and then Fenrir would leave, and well, the Black Bulls would get in there, right? And well, they'd get in there, they'd start looking around, luck would go off like he does in canon, and well, that leaves Asta and Noelle there by themselves, uh, just walking around, just going, right? And well, they would step on a trap, as they do in canon, getting that big plant monster to summon, right? And if you hear a little bit of noise in a couple of seconds, it's because I'm at my recording place. Okay, so okay, now we can hopefully no more noise. Hopefully. Okay, sorry. Just getting a drink of water. But now we can actually get into it, and well, yeah, get into it. Right. So they would both get caught by the giant plant thing. Noelle's about to get eaten. Asta would use fire magic flame blade, which would just envelop his right arm in flames, get himself out, and then air blades would come flying through the air, taking out the rest of the monster for Noelle, right? Which, that being, and would say, well, can't get yourself out of trouble, can you, Asta? And Asta would say, hey, I could have got myself out of that. I didn't need your help. I also could have got Noelle out. So, thank you. Wait. And would say, you're welcome. And then they would land Mimosa, and Noelle would talk. And Asta would talk. Right? And then Klaus would say, oh, so the Black Bulls are here. I heard you all had a third member, though. What, did he run off, leaving you two behind? I'm not surprised by you commoners. And would look at him. You do realize I'm a commoner too, right? Klaus would say, I don't care what you are. And, would say, geez, okay. But Klaus would say, you're Noelle Silva, from what I've heard, and, well, both two new recruits of the Black Bulls, the weakest squad. Huh. But, I might as well introduce myself. I don't remember what rank he is. In the Magic Knights, I don't remember. Just don't. But he would say his rank, and then he would say, my name is Klaus. I don't remember his last name. I don't remember at all. I have no clue what his last name is. Oh, God. But his name's Klaus. He's a steel magic user. I said that like it was that fairy tale. How about, what would you all think about fairy tale what ifs? I mean, not like Deku with like Fire Dragon Slayer magic or anything like that. But like, what if Natsu? What would you all think of that? Please answer. I'm very curious about what you all would think about that. Ooh, if we get to a certain amount of subscribers, I'll do a special. Uh, you know how a lot of what if tubers, put themselves into the world? What if I do that, but with, uh, but with fairy tale? When we get to a certain amount of subscribers, I don't know when, maybe 1K. Yeah, when we get to 1K, I'll do a special where I put we anime into fairy tale. Cool. Okay. Okay. But anyways, they would, they would make the bet on whoever gets to the main treasure point would win, right? And yeah, they would do the bet, and then Noel and Asta would get lost, find luck. Well, they would find luck first because friends are everything. Yeah, I think that's what they said. But yet, those two would intervene with the fight, with uh hmm, don't remember his name. But he was one of the he's from the Diamond Kingdom. He has black smoke magic. I don't remember his name. He has three daughters that I think hate him. I forget his name. That doesn't matter. He shows up like one other time when they attack Chitin. That's the other. That's the only other time he ever shows up, like ever. Like not at all. I don't think. But anyways, uh, they would intervene. They would start, you know, fighting, and Asta would pull out a new spell. I have that open because why not? He would use fire magic, hellfire shower, which what that would do is he would put his hand up to the air. It would start creating like fireballs up in the air, like really hot fire that would everyone would be able to feel the heat. Well, everyone in that room would be able to feel the heat from it, and then it would just start falling to the ground, which Luck and Noel would start getting closer. Which Austin would say, "Hey, you two, get closer," and then he would do the spell, right? And then that would honestly dispel a lot of the smoke enough where they could find them in not knots. Oh my god! And Asta could use Flame Blade to get up there from behind and just use a hidden blade, if you know you know. Will Ospreay, wrestler. His finisher is the hidden blade. Okay, but he just hits the guy in the back of the head, sends him flying to the ground, and then Luck would shock him. It wouldn't kill him. Clearly, it wouldn't kill him. It would hurt him a lot. He wouldn't want to move anymore that day. Well, yeah, and then he would get out of there with his smoke train spell. Yeah, that's a spell. He makes a train out of smoke. But anyways, and then they would follow Luck to where Yuno and the other two members of Golden Dawn, Klaus and Mimosa, would be fighting Mars. the clones would be made and all that, right? And well, uh, is about to get like hit by the massive sword creation that Mars does, in which Asta would do fire magic flame blade. He would hit that thing, one half would go flying, the other half would just stay in the air, and which would eventually dispel. And then, Luck would save Klaus, and Noel would protect Mimosa with the Sea Dragon's cradle. While that's happening, Asta and would be fighting Mars. Would get Asta up in the air onto the sword, right? Right, and well, Asta would do well. He would get knocked back down to where is, but he would do flips in air. The flip, he would flip backwards in the air, and would start skidding on the ground which he would land on his feet and start skidding across the ground. And then he would raise his hand up in air and say, "Fire magic, hellfire shower," in which there would be fireballs everywhere. Like everywhere, would be safe. Um, while Klaus and Luck would have to be dodging, and Mimosa and Noel would get they wouldn't get hit. Like someone would be very close, and uh, would say, "Wow, I haven't seen that spell in a while. Brings out some memories." And Asta would say, "Yeah. Oh, you want to do something cool? You remember that time we were actually going to the exams? Some bandits snuck up on us, right? And we took them down. But then there was one left, and we did like a tag team move. You want to do that again?" And would look at Asta and like, "Oh, that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah." Yeah, that's gonna be sick. Let's go. They would, unison raids, right, in Fairy Tale. I've been watching a lot of Fairy Tale, okay? Been rewatching it sometimes. Or, not rewatching, I've been watching it. And then I'll probably rewatch it in future at some point. But I'm watching it so I can get the lore. I mean, I've watched clips of it. My finger's swollen. I don't like that. But anyways, they would they would do the fist bump thing, and they would turn the hands they did with the fist bump. They would pull it out and put it like point. They would have their hands pointing at at Mars, and they would say, "Fire magic." Wind, which they would say their own respective magic. Asta would say fire magic. Would say wind magic. And then they would say this in unison: "The flames of the wind." No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. Flaming tornado fang. No. Oh, he did a spell. Flaming swift white hawk. Paired with flaming. Uh, Paired with uh, hellfire feathers. Yeah, and that they would just start. I mean, given this isn't the one I was thinking of, but yet this is, they would use it. The swift white, the flame, which it would be fire, and then it would create like a massive explosion of fire. And Asta would say, "That wasn't the one I was talking about." And would say, "Oh, you mean like the giant, like column thing, cylinder thing, right? Like the beam where we mixed our magic and it caused like a nearly a forest fire. Yeah, that one. Dude, what else did you think? I mean, that worked too. That one's probably cooler. That one was really cooler. But y'all got any idea how to get in there? Which then Asta would think, I'm gonna cut it. And they would all look at him like, you're gonna cut it. How are you gonna do that? Then Asta would make his flame sword and he would make two flame swords. Fire creation magic flaming sword. It's a spell. Uh, Fire creation magic flame sword. He would put one in each. He would make two, right? And he would look over at hey, I need you to get me up in the air. And would say, oh no, you're not. You're not doing this again. I will launch you at this thing. I'm not gonna have you drill through the ground again. And Asa would say, fine, come on. They would both walk back a little bit. The others would back up like, we should probably get out of the way. And then, would encase Asta in wind, which would begin to lift him up, and then would throw him like a spear at this wall, and then Asta would start spinning, just start torpedo, and they would break through that door. I mean, given it was a small area, but yet they broke through it. And Asta would be on the other side. He would say, "Ow! Oh, wow! Oh, wow! That's a lot of gold." Whee! Woohoo! And in many shows, he would just start swimming in it somehow. Bro would just start swimming in this, just like, oh, no, I never imagined this much money. And he would just start grabbing a bag, right? Some bag, he would dump it out. Crowns, jewels, and everything would just start falling out of it. I'm pretty sure there was an ancient grenade in there or something, a magic bomb, but yet he doesn't care. He would just start throwing gold in there. Everyone would be like, dude, what are you doing? I'm grabbing gold. What else do you think Asta would say? He would just massive pile. He would tie the bag, tie it to him, and he would say, I'm not letting this go. You all can't make me. And oh, he would look down. Oh, crown. Ooh, he would put it on like, I'm Wizard King. But yeah, that's what he would do. He would put the crown on. He would say, I'm Wizard King. I beat you, And would walk over. He would pick the crown off his head, throw it somewhere. Stop acting like a kid, Asta. Jeez. Given you are short as one. And Asta would get like, you pulled up the short card. He'd begin to just act like a kid. He would start having a temper tantrum like a kid. Bro would start like tearing up. Like, you pulled the short card. We agreed on to not pull out the cards. Especially the short card. We put a tattoo on her body, man. I'd burn it into you. I'd burn it into both of us. He would pull up his shirt. There would be like on his chest. There would be a bird, right? Just a bird, and would say, "Yeah, I know." And he would pull up his, and it would be a lion. See, we said we wouldn't do it, and would say, oh, I'm sorry. I you can keep the gold. The crown's a little much. We don't know where this is going. And plus, how are you getting, how, what the crap? He would look at Asta. He would have two more bags, full bags, that he just found out of here. And he would just start tying them up. I mean, and Asta would say, "You never said how much I could take. I'm taking as much as I can hold." And we both know how much I can hold. And the rest are just looking around. Would find that squirrel with a sylph in it. The water spirit, not water, wind spirit. You know what really sucks? See, the spirits we get to see in Black Clover, as of my knowledge, we only get to see three, uh, like, spirits. We get to see Salamander, the fire spirit. We get to see Sylph, or I mean Belle, the wind spirit. We get to see Undine. Undine, I think. I think that's how you say it. But she's the water spirit. Um, what about the earth spirit? What about him? Her, it, they, them. What about them? I really need to know if we get to see them. And I'm not meaning like the Heart Kingdom's like spirit guardians, but I mean like Belle and the Salamander and Undine. That's what I mean. I want to know if we get to see the Earth one. I feel like there should be also a Lightning one, so 5. I don't know. But anyways, sorry about my rant. Time would go on. They would all be grabbing stuff. And then, well, Mars would get up. Austin would go running. Bro would get knocked back. Bro would just start falling, crashing through the wall. He would find the other sword. It would go into his grimoire. Now there's another sword to be added to his repertoire. Like when he makes the two flame swords, one will look like his first sword. The other one would look like the Demon Dweller. It's Demon Slayer and Demon Dweller. And then there's Demon Slasher, which is, if you don't know, it's Yami's sword. He gets it. The other one with the clover thing, it's actually like a different sword. I forget the names. Put my phone on. Okay, cool. I was just wondering. Time. It's been... Why? It's been 30 minutes. Jeez. Okay, but yeah, he would get the sword. Then everyone else would be encrusted with... Well, Noelle got hit. She would start to be getting healed by Mimosa. And then Asta would get up. He would do the 100 flaming swords, start launching them at him. It would be a mix of his two different swords, right? Which they would start hitting. What's his face's Mars, like big armor. It wouldn't do much. It would start to take off like bits and pieces. And then he would do Hellfire Shower, raise his hands up, and then it would all come crashing down, right? And then Asta would do a newer spell to his repertoire, which, given it is the fourth spell in the spell list, but it's Phoenix's Feathers. Fire magic Phoenix's Feathers. It would all look like feathers in air, which they would all begin to just go around the room, and they would start breaking the crystal around everyone's entrapment, like Luck, and Klaus's, how they're trapped in it. And then Asta would he would start running up, he would hit uh, Mars backwards, right? And then he would say, I did it. And then he would look down. He would say, I'm dead. In which that would mean that would incur the massive wound. He got a piece of crystal in his chest. He would fall down backwards. Mars would get up, and then would get real angry, and Belle would uh, start having fun. And they would beat Mars, and then the whole entire place would start to collapse, and they would get everyone out of there. Asta would wake up before they would leave. He would hold his hand up like, my God, my God. He would actually be able to strength it up like, mine. Oh, Nero's there too. Nero would be like, but yeah, and then they would go. Asta would then pass back out. They would get out. They'd stop by. They would go to the Capitol. Whoop 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 Capitol. And Asta got to keep some of his gold. Like Asta would say to the Wizard King, which it's all on his back. I mean, like they recovered and all that, and then they went to report it to they got back to the Black Bull hideout. Asta hid his gold from everyone else. He just plain out hid it. Bro, walked up to hey, Captain, can I talk to you with you privately? Like everyone else would be talking with themselves, and Yami would say, I guess I'm not talking about where babies come from, okay? And Asta would say, no, I'm not here to talk about that. Okay, here's the thing. I got a lot of gold from that thing. The bags that came in, I hid. Okay, they're in my room. How much would I have to pay you? I could give you one whole full bag, okay, with a bunch of things, okay, to not tell anybody else. If you'll let me keep it. And Yami would say, so I get one full bag. You do realize they'll have to check on it, especially if you have more people knowing about this. And Asta would say, crap. You know anybody that can erase memories? And Yami would say, yeah, I do, but we're not doing that. I can tell you that much. So, I won't tell anybody else on the squad, but, I do want that back. And Asta would say, yeah, no, yeah, duh. And then, now it's time for the thing. They had no clue who the Wizard King was. Asta would have his 2 giant bags on his back, and he'd be like, who the crap is this guy? He's fancy, ain't he, And Yuna would say, yeah, real fancy. A little weird, too. And, everyone else, they're like, do you not know who this guy is? He's the Wizard King! And, Asta would be like, huh? The stories I've heard about him was, that he's, a very strong-looking guy. He was, real buff. Huh. Okay, he would crouch down, and then they would go to that ceremony, and then they would have the lunch. Also, would still have his bags with him. He would hand one over to the Wizard King, I know you want to test on it or look at it, so here you get one. I'm keeping this one. I am, because it has a crown in it, and I'm keeping the crown. And then a portal, Fenrir's portal would open up. He told Fenrir about it. He would take off the bag, he would drop it in there, and he would stick his head through. Thanks, Fenrir. And Fenrir would say, no problem, I'm taking some of this. Okay, 1 or 2 gold pieces. We cool about that? And Asta would say, yeah, go ahead. Only 2. I mean, you can take in as many of the small golden coins as you want, just leave my crown alone. That's mine. He'd like do he'd put his eyes, like finger eye thing. And well, yeah, that's where we're gonna end it. Next part, it's gonna be interesting. Whew, okay. I y'all enjoyed that. I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And well, I'll see y'all next time. Or, well, Wednesday. Next time. Bye.